Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Orlando Magic have shown an impressive array of abilities in Round 2, taking the series in only 5 games. Tonight, we will find out if they can keep that momentum going against the Celtics. The Eastern Conference Finals, coming up next.
Celtics is sold out and noisy inside here in Boston. For these two teams, 2 rounds down, 2 to go. The battle for the Eastern Conference continues. Game 1 of the conference finals. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that. So, Bill Simmons. We'll say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you just have to pretend you're a writer.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on versus watching people's reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. Taking a look at Boston. The tension is electric, and the importance is critical as they have a chance in their own building to take Game 1 of the series.
And while I expect them to win this game and potentially win big, this is a team that really plays well on their home court. And if they do that, they can really set the tone for this series.
A look at the starting group for the Magic. Inside, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Terrence Ross is out there with Markelle Fultz. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. To the paint, in close, and Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Brown. Marcus Smart, a guy who gives you a little bit of everything except high shooting percentages. Does that part bother you about his game?
I mean, it's one of the many parts. He is the classic no, yes guy. You say no every time he shoots, he goes in and say yes. He's probably going to kill my dad at some point. I'm not sure when. His shot selection is appalling, but it's part of the package. Like, he just makes plays that win basketball games and has a connection with the home crowd that is unlike just about anything I've ever seen. Like, he would come into these playoff games and he would do one thing and pull the crowd back into the game. You saw it especially in the Philly series. He just has a knack for changing the energy of a game in a way that I haven't really seen for role players. It's really hard for a role player to do that. You can see a role player, the Celtics had Eddie House and James Posey in 2008, and they'd make a couple threes and change the energy of the game. Marcus does it just by trying harder than everybody else and getting the rebound in traffic and getting the steal. And just, we always talk about the little things. He does more of the little things than any Celtic I've ever seen.
Great analysis.
Aggressive move to the bucket, and the D is ready for it.
Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it, and it was 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, you know, it turns out,
they embraced it.
Yeah, I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they wanted to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Wilt Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Wilt Chamberlain was better? So it was that and some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
Chalk up 2 there. Bill, a top advisor for the U.S. High School Athletics and Activities Division, recommended that schools adopt esports programs. What's your take on that?
I'm all in. It's probably my son's only chance to go to college, so I really hope it happens. Now, listen, the world changes every decade, and you got to change with it. And the reality is, esports is one of the biggest things we have now. And if you're under 15, you're way more likely to play video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting, and as a spectator of that, that's been building, so why wouldn't that wait for college?
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Morris comes in for Williams. Gordon Hayward's checked in for Jason Tatum. And Jaylen Brown subbed in for Smart. The Magic also changing it up. Marjanovic checked in for Vucevic. Hamba comes in for Gordon. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Terrence Ross. Terry Rozier's checked in for Boston. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Second shot opportunity. Out to Hayward. Shoots over Brown. And it's Hayward again missing.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on over jump.
Thinking about how much sports video gaming has changed over the decades, Bill. Can you imagine a 13, 14-year-old Bill Simmons with the 2K product? You would just be all over that, wouldn't you?
You have no idea, Kevin Harlan. I was there for every step of the video game revolution. I had an Intellivision and an Atari. I had Nintendo. I had Super Nintendo. I had all 3 of the first PlayStations.
You played them all the time.
I played entire Madden seasons on the treadmill when I was like in my early 30s. Try playing any video game on the treadmill. Try it. Try not falling off. It's impossible. I've been there every step of the way. I'm pro esports. Basketball, I'm jealous of the people who can play 2K well, because there's just, that sound like an old guy, but so many buttons and so many things to remember. I'm always so impressed when people just remember all the combinations and stuff. I'm jealous.
Like your son does.
My son
plays a game. I know.
But I could have done it. I
know you could.
I want to take 1984 me out of a time machine and just give me this game. I would have unleashed.
Yeah, but 13-year-old Bill Simmons would like what 40-year-old Bill Simmons is.
13-year-old Bill Simmons would be amazed that 48-year-old Bill Simmons was getting paid to do anything. He would really be excited about that. Just that he wasn't living at home. We would have been fired up.
Here's Brown, and that one released in time, but no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Celtics out in front, up 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there.
Boston ends up going with a new group. We've got Williams. Kyrie Irving is out there with Smart. Then there's Jason Tatum, and it's Horford in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the kid in his last game against the Raptors was tremendous. He ended up with 22 points and played tremendous defense as well, really causing havoc on both ends of the floor. Just a strong effort for him in what was the final game of the series. That's how you close it out, Kevin.
Hey, David, thank you very much. What kind of carryover guys you think we'll see for him tonight?
Well, we know his confidence level has to be high coming into this game. Physically, he might be a little worn down, but mentally, he's got to be feeling very good.
Well, then worn down or not, I'm sure he'll be a big factor here tonight. His presence is so valuable tonight.
Magic leading by 8. Ross kicks to Brown. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Well, we want to thank the sports guy for being here. Enlightening as always. Bill, what a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, I hope my son was impressed. Thank you, Kevin.
I'm sure he was. And Greg, a lot of great sports writers out there, also great commentators. And then there's Bill Simmons. He's kind of carved out his own category.
You know, Bill once said he will never write a traditional sports column, and he stayed true to that. He writes from the viewpoint of the passionate sports fan and brings that to his commentary as well.
Off target on the 15-footer.
I like the shot selection on that one, despite the miss.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. The Magic shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And the first one drops. Both good from the line that time.
His free throw ability makes him tough to defend in the post. Teams can't get too physical with it.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Celtics. Down by 12. Shot to stop the run. Horford no luck.
It's time for him to start looking for other options. They can't let him keep shooting. His touch is going. Oh, wow. Look out.
It's a beautiful jam.
Wow. The solid court awareness. Leave someone open on fault squad, and you're going to regret it.
And that was an Unleash Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. I mean, there have been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Mozgov, he's checked in for Orlando. Here's Irving. 29 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Outside Tatum. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
He's got 6 points from beyond the arc in this quarter. I mean, for the game, he's got 9 points from deep.
Here's Brown, and there are the Magic with another bucket.
Dead-eye shooting from them this quarter.
12 seconds left in the first half of the game. And here is Irving. From deep three-point range, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Orlando Magic. 13 points up at the end of the period. And you have to credit their defense for the job they've been doing against Irving. Kyrie's been almost invisible out there, and we don't say that very often. And now we'll send it over to...
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. A fantastic game from the kid in this one.
And, you know, when the game is as important as this one, you expect to get a big performance from him. In that first half, he delivered.
And he knows his job is not done. I mean, he's at his best tonight, and he's only going to take it up a notch here in the second half.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Magic, inside we have Gordon and Vucevic. Terrence Ross is out there with Fultz, and it's Brown in at the small forward position. Here's Irving. Smart on the wing. Over Ross. Smart misses.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Left side, Brown. And the wing jumper offline.
He gets the shot he was looking for and just can't bury it.
Irving finds Smart. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 4 assists now tonight.
And I love Smart pressing his advantage on the interior.
Brown, right side. Shoots. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Tatum's shot is off. Orlando leading by 13. Pass to Fultz. 90 seconds now into the second half. Brown. They get it back. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
And great effort on the boards. And what a mean that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
Yeah, fellas, he's a monster. He's never seen an offensive rebound he didn't think he could get to.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Yeah, and the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they've got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Hayward comes in for Williams. Brown, he's checked in for Tatum. And it's Rozier in for Marcus Smart. Orlando also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Vucevic. Amba comes in for Gordon. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Terrence Ross. Fultz kicks to Brown. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That's on Jaylen Brown. For Orlando, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. And Brown drops them both. Celtics trail by 15. Irving with it. Brown the pass to Rozier. Brown outside. And the rejection by Marjanovic.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
For Boston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And a deep three from Irving. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
Let's not lie, he has the skills to do it. We've seen that, but you still like to work for something closer.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
Morris is checked in for Irving. Frazier, he's checked in for Orlando.
Oh, the fearlessness by Rozier, that's what helps him earn the trip to the stripe.
Here's Brown. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Brown's got 18 points in the game.
Well, this is what he likes to do. Try to break your spirit.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're already getting dogged out there. I mean, and now he's landing body blows.
Hayward kicks to Rozier. On the wing, Brown. He's guarded by Fournier. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Here are the NBA's top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. Well, you look at Brown, second in the league, having an excellent season.
And he's taken off on a tremendous scoring streak at the perfect time. I mean, obviously, he's established himself as a premier playoff performer.
He misses the free throw.
And Brown is just an exceptional player. Really love whenever he shows off his athletic ability.
Celtics making a switch here. Irving's checked in. And he's good on the second. There's 1:40 left in the third. Inside, it's stolen by Morris. Hayward dishes to Brown. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. Brown's got his second bucket of the night.
And Brown is just utilizing his athleticism yet again. I mean, this time from the interior, though, but just sinking these close-range shots.
Frazier the pass to Brown. Drills the three-pointer. Brown's got 21 in the game.
It took a long time for him to get that first triple. Let's see now, though, if he can get going.
Irving finds Hayward. Irving with the ball. Guarded by Marjanovic, and it's Irving missing.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
The pass to Baines and stolen by Fournier. Brown feeling it out a bit. Takes it from 10. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Brown's got 9 points now in the quarter.
You know there's no way that's going to get blocked. He just has to rise up and drain.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And Baines kicks to Brown. Morris right side. Fournier pulls it down. Here's Frazier. Softly drops in the floater. And the Magic lead by 20.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
Doesn't go that time. And so it's the Orlando Magic closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Magic leading by 20. Down low, it's Morris and Horford. Kyrie Irving is out there with Marcus Smart. And it's Tatum in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Gordon trying to break loose. Vucevic with the bucket.
Just increasing their advantage. And right now, they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
Smart kicks to Morris. There's the 3. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Irving passes to Horford. Back to Irving. Gordon against Morris. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon.
Well, look at Morris, just using that big body of his to draw contact. The defense has a tough time matching up with him.
Free throw good for Morris. And Orlando making a change here. Fultz is checked in. Changes for Boston. Williams comes in for Morris, and it's Brown in for Smart. Then for the Magic, Bamba comes in for Nikola Vucevic, and it's Brown in for Jonathan Isaac.
Love how Irving mixes it up outside, inside. He's effective at playing to his strengths.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Brown against Tatum. Gordon inside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Smart's checked in for the Celtics. Celtics trail by 19. .139 left in the fourth quarter. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Another one from Tatum. I mean, boy, this kid, he's cooking at the offensive end.
Orlando leading by 17. Fultz kicks to Brown. Over Tatum. And it's sent back by Horford.
Man, if ever there were a way to kick off the NBA Conference Finals, this is it. Gonna be a table-setting victory here in Game 1 for Orlando.
The differential in assists led to a lot of open looks, and it also helped to get more guys involved in the offense easy.
And they made the defense adjust, but they just couldn't come up with an answer.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the kid.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this one.
The kick out to Irving. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
And the feel Irving has for the mid-range game, effective at working this area of the court.
Passes it to Ross. Brown outside. Offensive rebound. Pass to Bamba. Ross on the wing. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Horford's shot is good.
This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Monster scoring run, but had to do this earlier. Now it shoulda, woulda, coulda, all that.
Fultz the pass to Brown. Over Tatum. Here is Ross. Kicks it to Brown. They could use a bucket, and the layup is up and in.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exit.
Wow, this is just a huge road win. These guys banded together. Just an awesome performance.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into Game 2.
And so this one is in the books. We hope you've enjoyed being with us for the Eastern Conference Finals. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.
No, I'm pretty sure this one's going on my highlight reel, guys. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Great game, guys. AI, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up, Charlie?
Guys in the studio have a few questions for you.
All right.
Media alcove right this way.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Shaq. Hurrah! You've been beasting these last few games, and it's fun to watch. Anything you feel you've done differently to make this impact?
Oh, man, you know, Shaq, sometimes adrenaline takes over, and I just decide it's time to go out there and put on a show. You know, I'm a man of the people, and the people won't win, so that's what I'm going to give them.
You're not a man, you're an animal. Hurrah!
Thanks, man.